But
I think Adam's like, I'm not having any technical issues.
I don't know what's for.
Oh, it's there.
Okay, this one I wanted to do it so they can see my guests.
Yeah.
That's actually what I was doing. Sister, are you there? I love you I wanted to take a moment to just say that thank you so much for validating Robyn today. I know a lot of people, they don't realize that entrepreneurship is lonely. You doubt yourself all the way. People for validating me for saying I'm doing something good. Thank you, so because nobody, you didn't have to. In this world, we always want to complain first. We want to talk all the kind of junk first. But the truth is,
we are all valid. We are all trying to so hard, get kindness, love, caring, understanding, non-judgmental behavior.
KLMOK Alamo Tejano on 88.9 FM, the All United 2.1. We are San Antonio. We are back with a parent hour with Dr. Lulu, which is supported by Child Advocates of San Antonio, individuals from across our community interested in providing hope to children in the foster care who have experienced abuse and neglect can volunteer to become a court-appointed special advocate. Information sessions occur every Tuesday and Friday, and you can sign up at casa-satx.org, casa-satx.org.
thank you so much, Casa. I guess Casa San Antonio at this point, even when I was thinking about it, I said Casa San Antonio is Casa. SA is already San Antonio, but I was like Casa, whatever. But
Child
Advocates of San Antonio. Yeah. So thank you so much for this this amazing. All for the last 3 months, we'd be like, oh my God, we need a sponsor, and then we got a sponsor. So thank you so much to keep us on the air. This is not cheap, it's not free, but you know what though? Sometimes you just do it because you have to. But today we're validated by Sister Lady Joe. Just thank you so much, and of course my guest. Robyn, we never get to hear about your childhood today because of the work that you do, which is so amazing. But I need to know about your childhood. So, Robyn, please tell us, who was Robyn growing up? Where did you grow up? Tell us about
that. Yeah, so we talked about the fact that even as a child, I was read to and I enjoyed reading to others, and I started early wanting to work with kiddos. And that for me was done across the country. So my dad was in the Army, and we, of course, had that opportunity to travel with his moves. And I would say one thing for me that was beautiful about that was just that educationally, of course, I'm going to bring back to education, but educationally, my parents found it very important for us to learn about every new place that we were living. And so we would go to the hot spots that were there, the places of interest. And I can still remember today that people in my classroom would say, oh, I've never been there before. People that lived right down here.
Yes!
Because sometimes you forget to go to those places.
Yes.
Let's say San Antonio. Oh, yeah, I haven't really been in the Alamo yet.
To the zoo
because
I live here.
Because I live here. But then for us, because we knew we'd only be there for a few years, my parents found that really important. And my parents had a very strong connection with education, and they wanted us getting out into those places. And so that's something that was really valuable in my childhood, was getting out and learning and going to the museums and going to concerts and going to sporting events and going to different places that I could learn a wide variety.
I was going to say wide variety.
Yes.
And I want parents, okay, we're going to go there for a minute. So parents, for all this work, this is a little advice that we don't usually give, but I'm going to give this one. I want you to know that what you do with your kids matters. Because these are seeds that her parents were planting. They didn't know that fast forward 2020, whatever, she was going to be doing this. But look at the long-lasting effect. So whether you're being nice to your kid, kind to your kid, nurturing your kid, they will remember. We talked about this one time, Adam. Remember when we talked about childhood trauma? So I forget who it was that was a guest. And we talked about how the trauma lasts and lasts. I think it was Judge Rosie. How the trauma lasts into adulthood and beyond.
Trauma even in the womb. We talked about
yes, we talked about
and sometimes with trauma, when we get, you just said it lasts till adulthood. Once a child hits adulthood, they might not remember what the trauma was.
Mhm.
They might have blocked it out for some reason.
Mhm.
That might not come up, but yet the feelings,
Right.
the emotions,
Mhm.
it's all in your brain. And so it's
Mhm.
still there. And you're right, that nurturing has to happen with our families.
I want to invite Sister Rose to say something real quick. Sister Rose, I don't know if you can hear the conversation. We're talking about trauma, and I'm just thinking this is kind of sort of the work that you do, helping people heal, helping communities heal from trauma. So I'm going to put you on the mic if you want to. I know I didn't ask you, but I'm putting you on the spot. So Sister Rose says, is Robyn willing to join and or subject herself to an interview with us as well at some time? Robyn!
Of course.
All right,
Yes.
this is so cool, sister. This is so cool. But the answer is yes. I'm answering for Robyn, but I want you to answer the question that is on the plate. So, what are your thoughts about what we're saying about like we almost come back to trauma, because when Angie was here, Angie White, she talked about trauma in childhood and of course healing. But Sister Rose, tell us in your work with communities, what are your thoughts about nurture versus, I guess, I don't know, what's the opposite of nurture in this case? Nastiness and meanness, and how long it lasts.
A lot of people say nurture versus nature.
Yes, I know. I didn't want to say nature because meanness is not nature. I didn't want to say that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I disagree with that
Yeah,
completely.
me too. Yeah, me too.
But what the Living Treasures Foundation does, or the Living Treasure Coalition, as we are now known as, and we just got our LLC, and we are moving forward, trying to help people who are marginalized and in abuse or dangerous situations. Okay, so there's my, advertisement for who we are. But what I would say is there are so many of us, myself included, who have lived great trauma, who have to deal with hatred and bigotry and just nastiness, not only from people we know, but total strangers.
Yes.
That is something that the Living Treasures Coalition tries to deal with. But, I get a lot of interesting comments because I'm a nun, first of all, but I am also a nun who has a past, who has trauma, who has tattoos, who understands a little. And a lot of people don't understand that, but people like Robyn, and I want to make this all about her and what she's trying to do because I think it's so important. We all, as human beings first and foremost, need to care about each other.
That's right.
And it doesn't matter to me personally and to the people I work with or live with and love to death who work with me in the coalition. We don't care the color of your skin. We don't care your sexual identity. We don't care your religious belief. We do not care. We look at you as a human being first and foremost. And I think what Robyn is trying to do is the same thing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We definitely are trying to do that same thing. Yeah, I always say that our families that we work with are every shape and size and means and everything. And I think that right now we're talking about some huge trauma pieces that come in life. And to me and to our team, it's really important for us to understand when we go in and start working with a family that we're building that relationship with the family and that we're ready to show empathy to them at whatever their level is of joy or trauma or nastiness, as we've used this word right now, which is absolutely true.
Which is really mild, but we're just
but that's just it. But for some children,
yes,
a mild case of nastiness is a ton for them.
Yes.
That is just as big of a weight as some of the abuse and what you and I would look at as a major trauma. It's still waiting on that other child, and we cannot, again, as humans, we cannot look at each person's traumatic event and decide for
For
them
them, which one
the
is
level
right.
of.
Yes.
And so when we
yes.
go into the community, when a child or a parent is ready to talk with us about that, or we're ready to ask them some questions and start opening up a little bit, we have to be prepared
Trauma
for
ready,
that
trauma
and
ready,
listen completely.
So do you have like trauma training as far as like or compassionate training for your volunteers?
We do not specifically train
Training.
our volunteers, but we do have volunteers, as I shared, that are educators and nurses and then retirees and pediatricians. And so they have different levels of training in a variety of ways as well. Yeah, absolutely. We're, of course, a charitable foundation,
Yes.
as we've shared, and just go out into the community as often as we can to guide these families. And the word of the day, of course, is nurture.
Amen.
Nurture.
So we're going to come back to how people can support you, how people can do that. The show is called The Parent Hour. My name is Dr. Lulu. I'm a pediatrician. Yes, I'm a real doctor. And yes, I play one on the radio as well. But I'm also a parent, and my TV is coming, right, Adam?
Yes.
We're trying to manifest that. We're trying to manifest that TV show. But the thing about it is, every Saturday morning we're here. We usually have a guest, and when we don't have a guest, we just walk the show ourselves. We have a guest that usually we don't know what they're going to tell us. We never know what doors are going to open. And today we have Robyn, who was volunteered to me by Mark. But that's how these things go. Robyn has come and opened a whole door that we never even knew existed as far as being able to go into the community and actually read to. That just blew my mind. I'm just so excited. Thank you so much. And thank you to your parents. I don't know if they're still alive. I know your dad is, around actually in the building. But I thank you to them for daring to expose you to as much. I was a military brat myself. My dad is a retired 2-star general. I was a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Air Force. Yes, I did that. But and I also took my kids once the divorce happened. We traveled across the 51s. I was like, y'all are going to see everywhere, because I'm also the kind of person I moved around with my, in the military with my parents. So I believe that every knowledge is good knowledge, and just bring it. I didn't even know where I was going with that, but we're gonna go on break. The show is called The Parent Hour. Join us every single Saturday morning. Thank you, CASA, for being a sponsor. Hopefully, hint, hint, Robyn, but let's go. Adam, take us out. Woo! Let's go! Baby, Ghana. Ciao, ciao. Baby, Ghana.
She's great, right?
Baby, Ghana.
And the thing is, she's like this 100% of the time. Well, I mean, I don't see 100% of the time. But I said, you're like this 100% of the time.
I choose to be like that. Not because I don't have ups and downs, but because I choose.
Yep.
I was molested at 9 by a 19-year-old that we trusted.
Yeah.
Let's go. Bye. All right, let's go.
KLMOK Alamo Tejano 98.9 FM, the all new 92.1. We are San Antonio, and we're at the Parent Hour with Dr. Lulu, which is sponsored by Child Advocates of San Antonio. So if you're interested in becoming a volunteer to help children in foster care who have experienced abuse or neglect, you can volunteer to become a court-appointed special advocate. Information sessions occur every Tuesday and Friday, and you can sign up at casa-satx.org. That's casa-satx.org.
Please go support CASA. This is so important. They are working with kids who have been trauma freaking ties, okay? Like I'm talking about anything you can imagine. And you know, Texas actually is one of the states with the highest number of kids in the foster care system. There were 45,000, I think 40,000, and now 45,000, and this year 47,000, I think is what Angie said. Lots and lots of beautiful human beings who are needing love. So if you can, support them monetarily, put your money into that. You know, yeah, you can buy McDonald's later, but I'm telling you, investing into a child is investing into a future. So are you kidding me? So Casa, thank you so much for being a sponsor. We really, truly, we'll give you a shout out. All 250,000 listeners out there, we will give you a shout out every single day. So thank you so much. And thank you so much to Sister. Oh my goodness. Thank you for joining the show today. Thank you so much. So I also want to say a big, huge thank you to Robyn for gracing stage with us today. This is an amazing guest. I knew it was going to be fun. I just never knew how much fun it was going to be. Robyn, thank you. So this is the last quarter of the show. I just have to put a little shout out to me, myself, and my son who turned 22 last weekend. Happy birthday, baby. That's my Leo. Also to my baby son who I was like, I think I said this before. I was coming, I said, oh, I'm tired of being broke. And he was like, Mom, if you were a white man, how much would you charge? I was like, 50,000. So then charging? I was like, so I want to say hello to my baby son because he is like the last of the Mohicans with my handbag. He's home with me. I run stuff by him. He drives me out of his room. He drives me nuts, but I love him. So to Bam, I love you, baby. Your mom is giving me a shout out. I just wanted to do that because he's always there for me. I love you, man. All right. Enough of that.
Part of that's because you were there for him.
Oh yeah, that's my baby. Yes. That's my baby. That's my the last of the Mohicans. I breastfed each of them for 21 months, but he was 23 months. I was like, I'm gonna go out with a bang with this one. I almost knocked out two for 1 whole year nursing this baby, and we were just like buddies. It was fun then. It's still fun now. Sister Rose wants to have Robyn on the show, so Robyn, I'm gonna have to connect with Sister Rose. Yeah, Sister Rose will make it happen. Thank you so much.
Well, let's say that. We can definitely find some ways to get everybody connected with Robyn's N.E.S.T as well.
Yeah.
As we've been talking today about you and your son and that connection that you still have today. My son is about the same age. He's 24, and we still have that connection as well to be able to talk about life, struggles, the rainbow times, the beauty and the bad.
Well, it's good. I'm glad you said that because you asked me a question during the break. You didn't ask me, you made a comment, said, I'm always like this. And I said, it's not because I haven't had my fair share of trauma. Where do we start? Is it the 9-year-old sexual assault, or is it the rape in medical school, or is it the domestic abuse, intimate partner violence across the hill? Which one? But the point is, every single day, every single moment, every single hour, I choose to be happy. Right? Because our thoughts do create our moods, and they create our actions and all the results that we get. So you get to choose, people. You can hear my voice. You get to choose. You get to choose.
And I think we want to focus as well that you and I are talking about our kids and the beautiful relationships that we have, or I've been talking about the relationship that I've had with my parents and how beautiful that was. And then we have that flip side with the trauma. And we want to remember, too, when I said that families come in every shape and size. Family doesn't have to mean the parent that is sitting there with
I love that.
So when we go out into the community, we realize that an aunt or uncle might come out, a grandparent, or somebody that's not related by blood, that extended family that's there for them, is going to be the one that's helping lay that foundation of education. And that is tremendous to us. So that is part of the relationship building that we have the opportunity to do when we go out into the community.
Yeah, that is so powerful. Be the one, so there's a hashtag be the one for. If you don't know this, I want you to look up the hashtag be the one for. That is a hashtag that we use in the suicide prevention arena because we say, and the studies have shown, that if you have one single trusted adult in the life of a child, that child will not jump. That child will thrive. So I want you to be the one for that kiddo. So powerful. Whether it's reading to them, whether it's, I don't know, taking them food, and sometimes it's not even money. I think I said that to somebody today. I said, be careful that you don't say, oh, I was talking about it today on my Facebook Live, my Facebook community. I said, listen, folks, I know it's tax-free weekend. I know you want to go shop, but remember, you cannot buy your child's love. So you can't. Go ahead.
You can't. You cannot buy love, and you cannot buy a lifetime of learning either. You know, at the very beginning of the show today, we talked about how my parents would take me to museums and different events. Some of the families, I probably shouldn't use the word some, lots of the families in our community, lots of families across the nation, definitely all of the families that we work with on the weekends and in the evenings, they don't have the ability to go out to every museum and every activity and whatever. Now, 2022, we have an amazing ability on the computers and being able to go virtual. And so there, and then of course with books and libraries and just checking out that book and what can we learn from diving into that book and exploring the world through reading.
Yeah, a lot of children, especially back in the day, a lot of people that are economically challenged, the only time they get to go anywhere is on a school field trip.
Yes, absolutely.
So fortunate, but that's a lot of.
When we would take field trips with our kindergartners, we would drive, of course, on the bus over on the highway, and literally that felt like a roller coaster to them. I mean, the excitement and the joy in their voice, and then you're exactly right, when they got to whatever that we were going to, the zoo or what have you, it was such a tremendous day, because you're absolutely right, that's the only time.
And it's mainly because, and Robyn, Sister Rose wants to know how they can help, so this is so powerful. I love my show. Adam, make sure you tell. Adam, make sure you tell the people who make the decisions. You know, because this is real. I don't know if you know this yet, but I found a house in San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah, so I am going to be moving to San Diego, and I'm going to be hopefully, taking this show there. I don't know, but the point I'm trying to make is, go ahead.
I have family over there. My daughter.
Exactly.
He's in the Navy, so.
Yeah, so I'm looking for homes and I'm manifesting them. But the point I'm trying to make is, I want people to know that when you do good, good will come to you. Good will come to you. Some of these kids, for them, the big fancy house by the ocean is not there. They just want to have a place to lay their heads. And just giving them a hug is like $1 million to them. So it's not going to cost you too much. Yeah, you can donate money. You can support Robyn's N.E.S.T, of course. Please, by all means do. But I'm saying to you, it doesn't have to be a whole Robyn's N.E.S T. It could just be as simple as saying, I want to go and volunteer my time.
Yeah, absolutely. Volunteer time, donate, connect with us. So
find the food banks around you.
Yeah.
Find the Ronald McDonald's home. Build a Habitat for Humanity house. We have done all these things with my children. So I know that you can do a lot of times you can do a lot of things without even knowing that you can do them. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'll just give our website. Yes. So it's Robyn's N.E.S.T, SA.org, but let's get it spelled correctly.
Yes.
So it's ROBYNS N.E.S.T SA.org. Please visit us and connect with us.
That's right.
We'll send you emails. We'll get you connected to come out and volunteer. And of course, if you'd like to donate, we would love to share that directly with the families that we work with. That's something different that's about us. There's so many organizations in the community that you can bring your children to. You can read. We'll read to you. We'll help your kids with homework. We'll give this activity. Again, we'll give you resources, but we're not going to teach you how to use them. Mm-hmm. And that's what we do. We bring the whole family out and show them how to get through the homework. How to read with their children. That's what it's about.
How to fish and not just give them fish. The show is called The Parent Hour. It has been amazing hanging out with y'all. Sister Rose, thank you so much. Send me that information as a DM, because when this live is over, I lose all of the comments. So please send me that information as a DM. Thank you so much to Robyn for joining us. Adam, take us out, but before you do that, what are we doing on the online space? And let's give a shout out.
Yes, we want to give a shout out to everyone listening in Del Rio, Huntsville, Riverview, Wilmore, Eagle Pass, Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan.
and Salina Victoria, Mexico. So,
Wow.
gracias.
Mexico, muchísimas gracias de mi corazón. Thank you so
There
much.
you go.
I'm so excited. Me llamo Doctora Lulu. Join us every single Saturday morning. The show is called The Parent Hour. Let us know if you want us to give you a shout out. It's simple. I'll give you what's my cash app again? Mama Trishan, MOMATRICIAN. That's my cash app. Find me, follow me on social media at Dr. Lulu Talk Radio. Repeat, Dr. Lulu Talk Radio. I promise you it will be worth your while. Next week we have another interesting. I don't even know who the guest is, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be amazing. Maybe Robyn is going to suggest the person in a minute. So Robyn, as you take us out, where can the people find you? How can they help you?
Yeah.
Social media and all of that good stuff.
Let's say it again. So join us on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We, of course, have a webpage that you can come and see our bus.
Yes.
If you don't see us on the street,
Can they
by
donate
you,
books? Can they donate books?
absolutely
Uh-huh.
donate books. We have created libraries in apartment complexes throughout the community. And so we'll go back and then, of course, open up new libraries going into these places. So, yes, again, Robyn's Nest, SA.org, ROBYNS.
Right. Robyn with a Y.
N.E.S.T, SA.org. You're welcome if you want to just email me at admin, ADMIN, at robinsnestsa.org. If you didn't catch all that, then contact Dr. Lulu and she'll connect you with me right away.
It's gonna happen, yes. So again, the show is called The Parent Hour. Thank you all so much for joining us today. If you're a parent of an LGBTQ plus child, that's my joint. Those are people those are my people. Send me a DM. Find me on social media. My website is dr-lulu.com. Send me a message. I have a webinar coming up where we're going to talk about all the mindset shifts that you need, because trust me, when your kid says, Mom, Dad, I'm gay, it's a whole new ball game. You need a whole entire mindset shift. So I have a webinar, free webinar coming up in the next couple of weeks where you can join us. And then, of course, I have an online course, my brand new book. So much going on. Stay tuned. I love y'all. Peace, love, and soul. Whoa. Yes. I love it. Everybody, thank you.
That was a quick hour.
I know, it goes very quickly. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh, did you have fun?
Oh my God. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Yes. But it is fast. Holy cannoli. Yeah.
It goes very quickly. You don't even know. It just goes. Yeah, one person watching. Hi, I don't know who you are, but thank you so much.